Today's story is called The Man at the Foot of the Bed. And this is a true story. I know the people that this happened to, and it didn't take place at Halloween, but it's kind of a strange and spooky ghost story. And I believe these people. So here's the story of the man at the foot of the bed. That's about the scariest thing about this story, is looking at ugly old me. Alrighty, well, here we go. The story goes back probably 30 plus years, almost 40 years ago. There was a young married couple, hadn't been married too long, and they were living in a rental house, just somewhere to go until they found the right place for them. So the man, he had moved out before they got married and been living in the house for about a month before the wedding. And they got married and they went on the honeymoon and everything was fine. They had dated probably a year or more before they got married. And so everything was normal. And just one night out of the blue, the man's sound asleep, and his wife starts shaking him, and she wakes him up. And this is like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. She calls his name. He says, huh? She said, shh, be quiet. He said, what's going on? She said, there's a man standing at the foot of the bed. Well, this got the man wide awake real quick. But he was smart. He didn't move. He didn't call out. He just laid there for a second. He listened. And he's facing toward one wall of the house, let's just say to his left. And he had his back turned to his wife. Well, beside the bed, he had a nightstand. Had a lamp on it, alarm clock, and that's where he kept his pistol. So he asked his wife, says, well, what's he doing now? And she said, he's just standing there, and he's staring at us. The man said, okay, don't move. Well, instantly he shot his hand over to the nightstand. He grabbed his pistol. He cocked the hammer, this old cowboy gun. He sat up in bed, opened his eyes, and he's looking at the foot of the bed, but he don't see no man. And he says to his wife, where'd he go? She said, he's still standing there. And the way the house was set up, in their bedroom, there was 3 doors. One to the left, one to the right, and one forward. The left took you into the living room. The one straight ahead took you into the kitchen, and the one to the right took you into their bathroom. So he figured the man must be past the doorway at the foot of the bed. And he couldn't see him clearly. Maybe the man's in the shadows. And so he never takes his eyes off the foot of the bed. He's got his hand on the pistol, stuck out, hammer cocked. He says, is he still there? She said, yeah. So he throws his left hand back on the nightstand, grabs his little flashlight, turns it on, and just like on the cop shows on TV, he throws it up under the barrel and handle of the pistol. and lights up the way the gun's pointing. And his wife said, "Oh!" And so he's looking for a target because he thinks there's someone in the house going to harm him and his wife in their sleep. And he don't see anything. And he's shining left to right, trying to find out who this is. And he said, where's he at? Where's he at? She said, "He's sucked into the wall." Well, he turned immediately and he looked at his wife, and she's sitting up in the bed. She's wide awake. She's not dreaming. So he's kind of, what in the world? So he gets up quickly, grabs his blue jeans, slides his feet in his in his boots, tightens his belt, and then he starts going Starsky and Hutch, Beretta, whatever cop show you want to name. He goes to the door on the left and he slides his hand around the wall and flicks on the light and steps in, and he's swinging the barrel around and no one's there and everything looks normal. Well, then he goes into the dining room, throws that light on. Same thing. He's just like you see on TV when the cop's in the room. He's swinging around looking for a target. All the doors of the house are shut. All the windows are shut. Nothing's broken. He comes into the kitchen. There's nothing in the kitchen. Now, off of the kitchen was the back door of the house that led into a laundry room and then outside. Well, the kitchen door was locked and shut. He's turning on lights as he goes, room by room. Well, he looks into the laundry room. The door's locked. He opens it up. The outside door's locked. Everything's in its place. He comes back in the kitchen, back to the bedroom, turns on the bedroom light. His wife's still sitting in the bed, and she's serious. She's looking. Only thing left is the bathroom. So he goes in there, same thing. Reaches in, throws the light, looking around for the bad guy. And there ain't no bad guy. So he lets the hammer down on his pistol. He comes back. "What do you mean he sucked into the wall? What happened?" She said, "I don't know." She said, "I was sound asleep. She heard a noise. She had the feeling somebody was watching her. She sat up in bed, and there he stood. Said he had just wild eyes, looked almost red, and his hair was all every which way. And he had a grimace on his face, and he's just standing there just like he's ready to jump." And she said, "And that's when I woke you up." And I said, "And he just stood there all this time?" She said, "Yeah, I don't know what happened." I said, "Well, you said he got sucked into the wall. How does that happen?" She said, "I don't know." She says he was standing at the foot of the bed, and said the minute you turn that light on, that light hit him. It was just like he went and disappeared. Well, the man had been in the house a month before, slept there every night. He didn't see nothing. He didn't hear nothing. He never heard of nothing like this. Long story short, the couple stayed there for an entire year until their lease was up. And then they went and found them a house and bought their own home. And the rest of that year while they was there, they never saw the man. They never woke up in the middle of the night again. The woman swears to this day, if she ever saw the man, she could pick him out. No idea who, what, where, how. But this bothered the man. So that night, after they talked, he's doubting Thomas, so he actually goes outside the house, locking the door behind him. He walks all the way around the house. He's double-checking doors. He's double-checking windows. He's even looking on the ground. The man was an outdoorsman. He hunted. He fished. He tracked when need be. There was no tracks of any person outside except for the one the man was making while he's looking around. No leaves disturbed, no footprints, no broken limbs. All the doors were tied, the windows were tied. They even had a dog outside, and the dog never barked. So it bothered him. He couldn't figure out what. Never heard of such a thing. And a few days later, talking with his wife, the man found out that sometimes some of the women in his wife's family would see things or have dreams about things or get feelings. Now, that's all it was. Nobody could explain it. But the couple's still married to this day. We see them pretty regular. We talk to them and kind of notice in conversation if more than one or two of those ladies, mother, grandmother, daughters, they start feeling funny about somebody that's a friend of the family or a family member, especially if they're having health issues and everybody starts getting concerned, ain't too long, somebody's passing away. It's like they have a sixth sense. And in conversations come out, sometimes they see stuff. They don't know who, what, where, when, how, can't explain it, can't control it. Doesn't happen all the time. But they're just, I guess, sensitive to stuff. So when the man found this out, and he's kind of like me with a big mouth, he kind of asked her, said, that whole year we were dating, and you never felt the need to bring any of this up? So, there's your little Halloween tale. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I didn't see the man suck in the wall, but I believe the people that told me. If they said they saw something, they saw something. And this man ain't the type just to get up in the middle of the night and go traipsing around his house inside and out with half of his clothes on, half of his clothes off, trying to find a booger man breaking into his house if he doesn't have a reason to. So, you tell me. Either way. Just thought we'd have a little fun. Tell you a tale. You decide. You think that's real? You think it's not? I believe what the people told me. Just because I don't think they pulled my leg and lied to me. Wow, I may get shot. If they were joking, they'd let me know. And these are honest people. So, just one of the strange things out there, something fun to talk about. Have you ever seen anything or heard anything in the middle of the night that goes bump in the night or wakes you up? Give us a comment, you know. But like I said, take it with a grain of salt. It's just a story supposed to be true. But thank y'all for watching. If you like the little Halloween stuff we're doing, give us a thumbs up. Hit the like and subscribe button. Tell your friends. Have a good time with it. Like I said, it's just entertainment, just something to talk about. Nothing to get upset about. And just some good fun for the spooky fall season. But thank y'all for watching. Until next time, good Lord's willing the creek don't rise. Maybe I won't tell a scary story too bad. And maybe the people behind me doing a little target practice through the acreage back on the other side of the woods won't shoot me before I can get back to the house. But think about it. Good Lord's willing the creek don't rise. We'll see y'all down the road, and watch out for the man at the foot of the bed. Goodbye.